Welcome back to Bank of USA Coins, the place where rare coins turn into hidden treasure, and pocket change can mean life-changing money. Today we are revealing the top 3 most valuable and most wanted $1 coins in the United States. Coins that collectors fight over, coins that have sold for shocking prices, and coins that might still be hiding in everyday collections. Before you skip, make sure you watch until the end, because the number 1 coin on this list has stunned the coin world, and its value keeps rising every year. One small dollar coin that could be worth more than a brand new luxury car. And many people do not even recognize it. Right now, first valuable $1 1974 coins first up. Today, we are diving into one of the most mysterious and talked about American dollar coins ever discovered, a coin that many people still carry without knowing its hidden story. A coin that has shocked auctions, surprised experts, and created headlines among serious collectors. We are talking about the 1974 United States $1 coin a year that most people ignore. But inside that year lies rare varieties, experimental strikes, and collector secrets that can push values from simple pocket change to thousands, and in extreme cases, claims of life-changing money. And in this video, we will break down history, rarity mint mistakes, collector demand, grading secrets, and the real updated market value. So stay with me, because what you are about to learn may completely change how you look at your coins forever. The 1974 dollar coin, most commonly associated with the Eisenhower series, was struck during a fascinating period in American mint history when the United States was experimenting with materials, production speed, and collector editions. The standard 1974 Eisenhower dollar was produced in copper nickel-clad composition designed for circulation. But alongside the normal coins, the San Francisco Mint created special collector-proof issues and uncirculated silver-clad versions specifically for collectors. And these special strikes are where the real story begins, because not all 1974 dollars are equal, and some are dramatically rarer than others. When we talk about value, the first thing collectors must understand is condition, because a worn 1974 dollar found in circulation will usually trade close to face value. But a high-grade mint state example, with sharp, luster-clean fields and strong strike, can already jump in value, especially when certified by professional grading services. Coins graded MS65 and above begin attracting serious attention. And once you reach MS67 territory, the coin enters elite collector space where population numbers drop and competition rises. Now let us move into the most exciting part, errors and varieties, because error coins are where collectors dream big in 1974. Several documented striking anomalies appeared, including off-center strikes, double die features, clipped planchets, and die cracks. And while many minor errors add modest premiums, dramatic visible mint mistakes can multiply a coin's value many times over collectors. Actively search for bold off-center Eisenhower dollars, because the large size of the coin makes errors visually spectacular. And when spectacle meets rarity, prices follow. Another layer of interest comes from the 1974 S silver-clad issues, struck in 40% silver. These were never meant for circulation, and were sold directly to collectors in special packaging over the decades. Many of these coins were mishandled, cleaned, or damaged, which ironically makes perfectly preserved. Examples scarcer today. Deep cameo-proof coins with mirror fields and frosted devices command strong premiums, especially when graded PR69 or PR70, because top population coins represent the absolute finest survivors from the original mint run. Auction records show that exceptional graded examples of 1974 silver-proof Eisenhower dollars have sold for hundreds, and in rare registry quality cases, even higher depending on eye appeal toning and certification demand. The coin market is driven by competition, and when registry collectors fight for the best-known specimen, prices can climb fast, creating headlines that fuel the myth of million-dollar coins, even though realistic market values depend on grade rarity and buyer demand at the time of sale. One of the biggest misconceptions online is that every 1974 dollar is worth a fortune, and this is not true. But what is true is that hidden among ordinary coins are elite examples that collectors are willing to chase aggressively. Knowledge is the difference between spending a coin and submitting it for grading. And smart collectors study strike quality mint origin and preservation, before making decisions. If you have a $1974, the first step is inspection. Check the edge color to determine clad versus silver. Examine surfaces under light. Look for doubling unusual marks or striking errors, and protect the coin from scratches. Because condition loss is permanent, even a small cleaning attempt can destroy collector value instantly, which is why professionals always recommend leaving coins in original state. The modern market continues to evolve as younger collectors rediscover large format. American coins, Eisenhower dollars, are gaining renewed attention thanks to historical nostalgia, silver content, and bold design. And as demand grows, premium quality coins naturally become harder to find, creating long-term upward pressure on top-tier examples. As we go deeper into the $1974 story, we need to understand the environment of the United States Mint during the early 1970s, because coin production was not just about money. It was about technology, politics, and national identity. The Eisenhower dollar itself was created to honor President Dwight D. Eisenhower and also celebrate the Apollo 11 moon landing, which means every coin carries a symbolic connection to American history, space exploration, and presidential legacy. And that emotional value is one reason collectors remain loyal to this series. In 1974, the Mint was balancing heavy circulation demands with growing collector interest, and this pressure sometimes created inconsistencies in strike quality plancher preparation and die maintenance. And whenever a Mint operates under pressure, tiny variations slip into production. Those variations are exactly what collectors hunt decades later, because they represent moments frozen in metal mistakes that escaped quality control and survived long enough to enter the public. Some $1974 show weak strikes around the hair details of Eisenhower, or softness in the eagle design on the reverse. And while weak strikes alone do not always create huge premiums, they become important when paired with high-grade surfaces, because a sharply struck example instantly separates itself from the majority population. Advanced collectors will pay strong premiums for coins that show full detail combined with blazing original luster. Toning is another hidden world inside coin. Collecting natural toning occurs when metal reacts slowly with its environment over decades, producing colors that range from soft gold to electric blue and deep violet. A beautifully toned $1974 can sell for multiples of a standard example simply because eye appeal is a powerful force in auctions. Two coins with identical grades can sell for dramatically different prices if one has exceptional color and the other looks dull. Collectors call this the art factor of numismatics. Let us talk about grading psychology, because grading is not only science, it is also market perception. Professional grading companies assign numbers, but collectors assign emotion. A population report might show hundreds of coins in a certain grade, yet only a handful possess the visual impact that elite buyers want. And when those special coins appear, bidding becomes aggressive. This is why auction prices sometimes shock casual observers. The number on the label is only part of the story. The rest is beauty, scarcity timing, and competition. There have been moments when registry set battles pushed Eisenhower dollar prices far beyond expectations. Collectors building the number one ranked set compete for the highest graded examples known. And when a top population 1974 coin becomes available, it can trigger a bidding war because replacing that coin may take years or may never happen again. This environment transforms ordinary auctions into historic events remembered by the collecting community. Another important factor is original packaging. Many 1974 silver issues were sold in government holders and coins that remain. Sealed in untouched packaging often command trust. Buyers believe these coins were never mishandled, and originality is priceless in numismatics. Once a coin is cleaned, polished, or tampered with, the damage cannot be reversed. Which is why experienced collectors preach patience, preservation, and education. We also need to address the myths that circulate online stories claiming every $1974 is secretly worth millions spread quickly. Because people love treasure narratives, but real value comes from rarity documentation, and grade the dream of discovering a jackpot coin is what brings new collectors into the hobby. And while most coins are modest in value, the excitement of the hunt keeps the market alive, And occasionally, someone truly does uncover an overlooked gem in an old collection. Imagine opening a family drawer untouched for decades and finding a brilliant 1974 S silver proof still glowing like the day it left the mint. Moments like that are why coin collecting feels like time travel. Every coin is a messenger from another era, passing through hands carrying silent stories of economics, culture, and personal history. We are diving into a hidden treasure that many people overlook every single day. The 1971 United States $1 coin. A coin that looks simple at first glance, but can secretly be worth a fortune. Some of these coins have shocked collectors by selling for thousands, and in rare cases reaching values that feel unreal if you have spare change. Old drawers or family coin jars. You might be sitting on a discovery that could change how you see money forever. Today, we break down the history, the rare varieties, the errors, and the updated collector values of the legendary 1971 dollar, and why serious collectors are hunting this coin right now. The 1971 dollar coin marks an important moment in American coin history because it introduced the Eisenhower dollar, the first large-sized dollar coin produced since the Peace Dollar series ended in 1935. After more than 3 decades without a circulating silver dollar, the United States Mint brought back a big, bold coin honoring President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a war hero and former president whose legacy made this coin instantly historic. Most 1971 Eisenhower dollars were made for circulation using a copper-nickel-clad composition, which means the coin looks silver, but contains no actual silver inside. However, collectors must understand something very important. Special 1971 issues were struck in 40% silver, and these are the coins that start attracting serious money, especially in high-grade condition. The Philadelphia Mint produced millions of 1971 clad dollars, and these are common in worn condition, usually worth only a few dollars, but condition changes everything when a 1971 coin survives in near-perfect mint state with strong luster. No scratches and sharp detail, the value jumps dramatically. Certified gem examples, graded MS65 or higher, can sell for hundreds, and elite grades push even higher, depending on eye appeal. The San Francisco Mint created the real stars of the 1971 series, the 1971 S Silver Uncirculated dollar and the 1971 S Silver Proof dollar. These coins were sold to collectors and contain 40% silver, making them heavier and more desirable than regular circulation pieces. A flawless deep cameo proof with mirror surfaces and frosted design can command premium prices, especially when graded PR69 or PR70 by professional grading services. One of the most exciting parts of collecting the 1971 dollar is the discovery of varieties and mint errors. Collectors constantly search for doubled dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and dramatic die breaks, because error coins turn ordinary pieces into headline collectibles. A strong doubled die on the lettering or date can multiply the value many times over, and rare dramatic errors have sold for thousands when authenticated. Another factor that pushes the price into serious territory is top population rarity. When a coin becomes one of the finest known examples, graded by PCGS or NGC registry, collectors compete aggressively for ownership. These buyers are willing to pay record prices simply to secure the best surviving specimen of a date. And that competition drives auction results that surprise the entire hobby. Updated market trends show increasing interest in large-sized dollar coins, especially among younger collectors. Entering the market, nostalgia plays a big role. Many people remember seeing Eisenhower dollars in childhood collections, casinos, or family keepsakes. And now, as adults, they want to reclaim a piece of that memory. Demand is slowly rising, and high-grade coins are getting harder to find because most surviving pieces were heavily handled. A circulated 1971 clad dollar might trade between $1 and $5 depending on condition, but a certified MS66 example can reach several $100s, and exceptional MS67 coins have crossed into the $1,000 range at major auctions. Silver issues carry additional bullion value, plus collector demand, making pristine examples even stronger performers. Proof silver, 1971 S dollars graded. PR70 Deep Cameo are elite modern collectibles. These coins represent technical perfection. No visible flaws under magnification. Perfect strike. blazing mirrors and frosted devices. When one of these top-grade proofs appears on the market, bidding can escalate quickly, because the supply of perfect coins is extremely small compared to the number of collectors who want them. Storage and preservation matter more than most beginners realize. A coin that stays protected from fingerprints, moisture and friction can climb the grading scale decades later, while a neglected coin slowly loses value. Smart collectors use capsules, climate control, and careful handling to protect long-term investment potential. Every tiny mark avoided today can equal real money in the future. Collectors also watch for blue pack and brown box original government packaging, because untouched sets often contain coins that were never mishandled. Submitting these coins for professional grading sometimes reveals hidden gems that upgrade into premium categories, creating instant value from careful preservation. The dream scenario for many viewers is discovering a rare error or superb high-grade coin in an inherited collection estate sale. Or forgotten bankroll stories exist of ordinary people finding Eisenhower dollars worth hundreds or thousands simply because they knew what to look for. Knowledge is the real treasure in coin collecting, and education separates face value from collector value. As the market evolves, experts predict steady long-term growth for key condition rarities within the Eisenhower series, while common worn coins remain affordable entry points. The finest certified examples behave more like art pieces than pocket change limited supply. Growing demand and historical significance form a powerful combination that attracts investors and passionate hobbyists alike. If you own a 1971 dollar, the next step is inspection. Check the mint mark. Examine the eye. Surfaces under bright light look for doubling unusual shapes off-center strikes or mirror-like proof finishes. Weigh the coin if possible. Silver issues are heavier and sound different when gently tapped. Every detail tells part of the story, and small differences can mean huge price gaps. Professional grading services remain the gold standard for authentication and value confirmation. A slabbed coin gives buyers, because trust and transparency drive stronger resale prices. The 1971 dollar is more than a coin. It is a bridge between classic silver dollar history and modern collectible culture. It represents a revival of American tradition, a tribute to leadership, and a playground for collectors, hunting condition rarity and mint mistakes. Whether your coin is worth a few dollars or a few thousand, the excitement of the search is what keeps the hobby alive. So, before you ignore that big, heavy dollar coin, take a closer look. Your next discovery could be hiding in plain sight, and the 1971 Eisenhower dollar might just be the coin that turns curiosity into a lifelong collecting journey. Treasure hunters. Today, we are diving into one of the most misunderstood coins in American history. A coin that many people still carry in drawers, piggy banks, and forgotten jars without realizing it could hold surprising value. We are talking about the 1978 United States $1 coin. A piece of history that collectors are hunting, and that could turn an ordinary pocket find into an extraordinary payday. Most people think modern dollar coins are worthless common and only worth face value. But the truth is hidden inside mint errors, rare grades, special strikes, and collector demand. And that is exactly where the story of the 1978 dollar becomes exciting. Because while millions were produced, only a tiny fraction survive in the condition and rarity that serious collectors are willing to fight over. The 1978 dollar belongs to the Eisenhower dollar series, a bold, heavy coin that marked the end of an era. It was the last large-sized dollar coin struck for circulation in the United States before the country switched to smaller dollar coins, and that alone gives it historical power. Collectors love final issues and last-of-their-kind coins because they represent a closing chapter in American minting history. When you hold a 1978 Eisenhower dollar, you are holding the final year of the Big Silver dollar design that traces its spirit back to the legendary Morgan and Peace dollars. This coin is not just metal, it is a farewell tribute to traditional American coinage, and collectors understand that symbolism, which is why the highest quality examples command strong premiums. The obverse features President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a war hero, and a president whose leadership shaped modern America. His portrait is bold, strong, and unmistakable, while the Saote's reverse carries the iconic Apollo 11 Eagle landing on the moon, a design that celebrates one of humanity's greatest achievements: the fusion of American history. Space exploration and numismatic art makes this coin deeply attractive to collectors worldwide. Now let us talk numbers, because that is what excites every coin hunter in 1978. The Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint struck tens of millions of Eisenhower dollars, but quantity does not equal availability in top. Condition. Most of these coins entered circulation and were scratched, nicked, worn, and damaged almost immediately. Large dollar coins were unpopular in daily commerce, and many were mishandled, stored poorly, or spent carelessly. That means pristine high-grade survivors are far scarcer than the original mintage suggests, and rarity and condition is one of the most powerful drivers of value in modern coin collecting. A typical circulated 1978 dollar is usually worth face value to a few dollars. But when we step into mint state grades, the story changes dramatically. Uncirculated examples, graded MS69, MS66, and above begin climbing fast in price, because flawless coins with blazing luster are difficult to locate. At MS67, the coin becomes a serious collector trophy, and auction records show premium certified examples selling for hundreds and in exceptional registry quality, even pushing toward four figures, depending on eye appeal, strike quality, and certification demand. But the real excitement begins when we talk about errors and varieties, because mint errors transform common coins into elite rarities, and the 1978 dollar has produced some fascinating collector discoveries. Off-center strikes, dramatic, die cracks, clipped planchets, and double die features have all been documented, and strong visible errors can sell for hundreds or even thousands, depending on severity and visual impact. Collectors pay for uniqueness, and no two error coins are exactly the same, which turns every discovery into a one-of-a-kind artifact. Another hidden factor is proof coins struck for collectors at the San Francisco Mint Proof 1978. Dollars feature mirror-like Fields frosted devices and razor-sharp detail. These coins were never intended for circulation and high-grade proof examples. Graded PR69 and PR70 are highly desired by modern registry collectors chasing perfection. A flawless proof coin is not just currency. It is a sculpted metallic jewel, and top certified pieces can sell for strong premiums, especially when market interest in Eisenhower dollars rises. Silver content also plays a role in value, although the standard 1978 circulation coins are clad copper-nickel issues. Special collector sets from the Eisenhower era included 40% silver compositions. And while 1978 itself did not feature circulation, silver dollars, the connection to earlier Silver Ikes, boosts series demand and encourages collectors to complete entire date runs, including the final 1978 issue. Completion psychology is powerful in coin collecting. Once a collector begins building a full Eisenhower set, the 1978 becomes mandatory, and demand for premium examples naturally increases. Another fascinating dimension is population reports from grading companies. These reports reveal how many coins exist in each grade, and when collectors see extremely low numbers at the highest levels, competition intensifies. Registry collectors are willing to pay aggressive. The highest levels competition intensifies. Registry collectors are willing to pay aggressive prices to own one of the finest known examples, and that competition can send auction prices soaring far beyond price guide estimates. Condition rarity is often more important than absolute rarity. A coin with millions minted can still be rare in perfect preservation, and that is exactly where the 1978 dollar earns respect. Storage history also affects value coins saved in original mint packaging rolls, or government holders often survive with better surfaces than loose coins that bounce through circulation for decades. Discovering an untouched roll today is like opening a time capsule, and collectors eagerly search estate sales bank hoards and inherited collections, hoping to uncover fresh, unsearched material. The thrill of the hunt is what keeps the market alive. Every coin collector dreams of finding a sleeper coin hiding in plain sight, and the 1978 dollar continues to surprise people who assumed it was ordinary. Market trends show increasing appreciation for late 20th century coins as new generations enter the hobby. Younger collectors who grew up seeing Eisenhower dollars feel nostalgia and emotional Attachment and nostalgia is a powerful economic force in collectibles. Coins that once seemed modern eventually become vintage and then historic. The timeline of collectability is always moving, and smart collectors pay attention to shifting perception, because today's common coin can become tomorrow's key collectible. Grading authentication and certification are critical steps if you believe you have a high grade or error. $1978 professional grading protects value and provides market trust. Certified coins trade more easily, command stronger prices, and attract serious buyers who demand authenticity and standardized condition assessment. Submitting a coin for grading may feel intimidating, but it is one of the most. The story of the $1978 is ultimately a reminder that value is not always obvious. Rarity hides in condition, details, errors, and preservation. And collectors who educate themselves gain a powerful advantage. Knowledge transforms casual coin holders into strategic treasure hunters. Every scratch, every luster line, every strike detail tells a story. And learning to read those stories is what separates experts from amateurs